Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Namaskar. Welcome to Hinduism in Focus. A few thoughts on liberation. Freedom from birth and death, according to Hinduism. Let us spend a few minutes on this. The essence of the soul, first of all, is happiness, bliss, ananda, Satchid Ananda, truth, consciousness, and bliss. That is the essence of the Atma. And it is happiness everyone seeks in this world. There is none who would be welcome grief. Let there be happiness for me, and let no grief ever befall me, is a desire which springs in our every heart. Our scripture says, Sukhe me bhuyat, dukham me masma bhut. Happiness lies in what we like, and grief lies in what we dislike. So happiness and grief have been defined by our Shastras as Anukula Veda Niyam Sukham, Pratikula Veda Niyam Dukham. Agreeable sensation is happiness. Disagreeable sensation is grief. Our Shastras is very psychological, analytical. It understands human nature. Nobody is satisfied here on earth with his own condition. No one. He who possesses $1,000 wants to have 100,000, and he who has $100,000 desires $1 million. A millionaire desires to become a billionaire, and a billionaire wants to be the president. The president hankers after an empire, and the emperor seeks after the lordship of the whole world. That is human nature. So goes on the race, the human race, and everybody will have increasingly more and more happiness. Nobody is ever happy, satisfied with whatever his lot or his whatever he possesses. But the Veda says, Nalpe sukham asti bhumaiva sukham. There is no happiness in what is finite, limited. In infinity lies happiness. Every jiva, every individual soul in search of this kind of happiness, and so long as he does not possess it, his wanderings do not cease. This infinite happiness is the ultimate goal of every human being. It is this which is variously referred to as liberation by some, salvation by others, the highest consummation by others, or supreme beatitude. There is behind this life of conflict and turmoil a sense of happiness, where all difficulties are automatically resolved, all misery vanish without a trace, all pains and sufferings, worries and fears disappear. All persons of thought, that is a wise one, believe in the truth of this. But as to the real nature of that state, opinions largely differ. Some people regard Swarga, that is heaven, a paradise, as the highest place or supreme happiness, a place of highest or supreme happiness. But this celestial happiness is also perishable, according to our saints and sages, our God-realized souls, and our Shastras also. It does not last forever, heaven. It is not eternal. The Gita tells us Bhagavan Krishna. Abrahma bhurnala lokaha punar avartino arjuna mamu pepya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. All existence, O Arjuna, O mankind, in the realm of Brahma, to all the worlds are subject to appearance and disappearance. There's a beginning and an end. But having attained me, there is no rebirth. End of birth and death. The Devatas, who by their meritorious deeds upon earth attain to heavenly regions, they live in these Devalokas, these heavens, and have a much longer lifespan than us we upon earth. But that life also has an end. The meritorious deeds which take one to heaven, Swarga Loka, are gradually consumed by the enjoyment in heaven. And souls who have just enjoyed and consumed the merits are flung down from heaven. Once we seek enjoyment, the enjoyment will be wholly consumed someday, come to an end. That is why I mean enjoy. The joy will come to an end. Enjoy. They are then required to take birth and birth again in this world of mortals, of the living. This Gita tells us, Te tam bhuktva swarga lokam vishalam kshine punye martelokam vishante evam trayi dharmam anuprapanna gata gatam kama kama labhante. Bhagavan Krishna, having enjoyed the extensive heavenly world, they enter again into the world of mortals upon this earth, upon the exhaustion of their merits in heaven, thus conforming to the doctrine enjoined in the worship of the Devatas. For worldly enjoyment, they repeatedly come and go. So when God is realized, man gets freed from the bondage of birth, death, and afflictions. Only God can give liberation, moksha. Liberation is of four kinds. One, salokya, residence in the abode of the divine. Two, samipya, nearness to the Lord, when we become near to the Lord. Three, sarupya, attaining the same form of the divine, become divine in essence. And four, saipujya, complete absorption in the divine, that is God realized. We lose our identity, become one with God. Any of these four types of liberation, when attained, has the power to free the soul forever from the cycle of birth and death and bring it to the eternal joy of boundless bliss. We call it Ananda, Paramananda. Bhagavan Krishna says that in the Gita that he is Madhu Paramananda. This is the state which the yogis aspire to rise. And this is the ultimate goal of every human being. The purpose of which God gives us a human body is to attain this very end. For it is only human body and no other which is qualified to make this effort. In the Yoga Vasishtha it said, Ahara Nindra Bhayamaithunancha Samanya Metat Pashubhir Naranam Dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashuhi samana. Possessed of a human body, we should therefore strive towards this very end of God realization, of coming nearer to God each and every day. Therein lies the fulfillment of this objective, the objective of our human birth. Happiness derived from enjoyment of the senses what we see and hear and smell and eat and the places we go to through this human body, the senses, these can be gained even by bodies of animals. They see and they hear, they eat and they mate and they sleep, they feel hunger and thirst, they're born and they die. Birds and other creatures enjoy all of these. If it were possible for objective happiness to bring satisfaction to mankind, we would have been satisfied long ago, for we have lived many, many lives before. The scriptures speak of human life as so valuable that even the devatas crave for it. When wandering helplessly through our strata of life, the jiva feels utterly exhausted, weary, worn weary. Then God takes possession of us and compassion upon us. He takes possession of our being and gives us a human body, thus affording us this precious opportunity to free ourselves from the bondage of birth and death. How? Bhagavan Krishna says, Mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. Attaining me, there is no rebirth. Chapter 7 verse 16. And Gachantya punar avritim jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha. Their sins being completely shaken off by wisdom, they go to where there is no return. Chapter 5 verse 17 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And so there is a section of the opinion which says there can be no God realization, can be no moksha, liberation in this Kali Yuga. That is a false idea, a false belief, because our scriptures have spoken of the glowing terms of the devotees in this Kali Yuga. Even we have that glorious opportunity of worshipping God and reaching God in this age. In fact, God has made it more simple for us, a simple method out of His compassion, grace, mercy, and blessing. He knows the problems we have in this age, and this Kali Yuga, an age of quarrel, dissension, and chaos, that He has made it so simple for us that just by swalpe naiva platyena dharma siddhyate vaikalau narai atma gunabhyomi Shali kila kilvishai. If we adopt the virtuous mode of life, free from all sins, we may attain perfection in the age of Kali Yuga by just a slight effort, and that effort chanting the name of that Lord. May you attain each and every day God's blessing and His darshan. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.